What up, y'all? DJ AlphaTyler back again, and I've been made a liar again. Okay? If you guys have already checked out my reaction to MGK's See My Tears, then you know that I had decided prior to doing that reaction, I was only going to do one tonight, drop it, go to bed. And you know, it's currently in the process of being uploaded, and that was the plan. And then I got a notification saying that Ryan Upchurch had subscribed to my channel. And if you don't know, the channel's only a couple of weeks old. That's some attention I wasn't planning on. We just hit 100 subscribers today, so shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for supporting me through this and keeping me going in the comments. That kind of gave me a little bit of energy. I'm not gonna lie. He probably ain't actually gonna watch my videos, but kind of seeing the name. Shout out to him for kind of investing in people and paying attention to what's floating around. So I decided if he can give me a subscription on YouTube, then I can definitely go ahead and drop another reaction to one of his videos. Interestingly enough, the exact same time that he subscribed to the channel, I got a comment from one of you guys telling me that he had done a track with Tom MacDonald. Tom's not on my channel very much, just because he ain't been dropping stuff as quickly lately because of the quarantine and all that. Understandable. But the comment told me Upchurch, Tom MacDonald, and Struggle Jennings got a track together called Travelers. And so, y'all been dropping Struggle Jennings down in my comments a little bit. So I've been meaning to check him out anyway. Knocking out a couple of birds here, getting another Upchurch reaction, getting some more Tom MacDonald content on this channel because it definitely needs it. And then also, you know what? We're checking out Struggle Jennings for the first time. Y'all told me I need to do that anyway. So Upchurch, definitely looking forward to checking out you and my boy Tom spitting some bars. Let's hear what you got. See, and this is something I'm gonna have to get used to. So y'all told me like he's a country rapper, and so I can already tell. I'm sure it's gonna change once the lyrics kick in and stuff. But this right here, it's kind of got that western, country feel and stuff, and I hope it works.
I'm a traveling gypsy, tipsy off weed and raw whiskey, whistling the silence at night as the ghosts emerge from the thick weed, drifting in clothing they had when they left this world years ago. So they tiptoe in heaven, nervous cause they still ain't their norm.
Yo, he kind of hitting on some Indian stuff and Native American stuff. And the thing, kind of like how that drum's hitting in the background, it's kind of sounding a little more, Native American. All right, we're talking about clothes that they left the world in. We're kind of getting into kind of the spiritual realm of things. I'm with you.
They seen the light but didn't travel, got stuck in the past to explore. Maybe we are in the past, that means the future is more. Or maybe the future is present, and before us this question if...
Oh, whoa. We're gonna have to back that up because they got stuck in the past to explore. So if you're exploring in the past, you're just stuck looking at things that are already set in stone. But then he said maybe the future is the present. Let's back up.
The future is more, or maybe the future is present, and before us this question if that's the case, who do we need backwards direction?
Ooh, okay. So maybe the future is present, and then who do we ask when we need backward direction? Let's go.
I mean, there's a meaning for action, you especially one of a leader, one who goes against the world and don't care to die neither. And if I'm Robert E. Lee, give me that Confederate flag, take me back to the past so I can bleed out.
All right. Robert E. Lee. Hey, here's the thing a lot of people don't realize, okay? I've mentioned a time or two, you know, I'm from pretty much as far south in Kentucky as you can get without actually hitting Tennessee, and you know, everybody kind of has this view on the Civil War, and you know, figures in the Civil War, and Robert E. Lee, you know, because of who he was, and you know, being a Confederate general and stuff, he gets a lot of attention. But you know, Robert E. Lee is actually a pretty you know, revered name in the South, and it has nothing to do with the Civil War or politics or slavery or anything. You know, Robert E. Lee, you know, it's kind of that image that a lot of people in the South still have of a gentleman. And I mean, um, I don't think I've talked about it on the channel. I got a degree in history, and I studied a lot of Civil War history, kind of in the course. And you know, you'd be surprised if you look into kind of some of the semantics around all that. I won't get into that. I don't want to make this channel, you know, argument over the semantics of history and who stood for what and all that. But you know, if you ever get the chance, you know, check out, you know, when Robert E. Lee really fell and all that. You might honestly be surprised, you know, about the differences from what you might have read in school.
Was a traveler, rock star, and a healer. Oh, we'll spinning in the sunset through the night. Into the dark unknown, God's loaded. But he always made it home before the light.
That dude has some pops. I haven't heard that yet from him. Hey, Upchurch, if somehow you end up checking out this video, do me a favor. Hit up my boy Tyler Childers. He's a Kentucky boy. You know, drive a couple of hours north, I-75. Hit up my boy Tyler Childers. Get on a collab ASAP, because I need to hear you guys on a track together.
Grass grown over my heart, it's been a lonely place, waiting on my time to shine. Rolex with a broken face.
Yeah, right off the bat, he's saying, you know, grass grown over my heart. So it's not being used. He's talking about, you know, it being a lonely place, and you know, the watch's got a broken face. So he's kind of getting lost in time, is what I'm taking, because he ain't loved in a minute.
Sleeping in the Cutlass, showered in the truck stop. A buckshot's the only thing will ever make this buck stop. Punch clocks and misery, dreams of something bigger. I just wanna reach the public, not just be a public figure. Like to say that he failed, trained to success was derailed. Put my journey in a song, inspire you with details in the field. No ocean was in sight, but I saw it in my heart and kept believing I was right. Fight for what's mine and what's not, I'll go and earn. Blazing a trail through the South, trying not to get burned.
Yeah, he's getting ready to hit that shore, baby. He's getting ready to go on that voyage. All right, so that I guess that was Struggle Jennings. Y'all been telling me I need to check him out. I definitely will after hearing that. He's let me know a track that I need to hear, because he, you know, I kind of like that flow. You know, I mean, hey, he's got a kind of unique sound. All right.
Traveler, rock star, and a healer. Oh, we'll spinning in the sunset through the night. Into the dark unknown, God's loaded. But he always made it home before the light. I feel
Low key, because I know what's happening here. You know, I'm pumped about hearing some more Upchurch. Low key, this is what I came for.
like I'm I feel like I'm closer to heaven than ever, and lately I haven't been praying. I feel like my halo turned into a noose and I'm fighting to stay on the pavement.
All right, hang on. Okay, so he's closer to heaven, but lately he ain't been praying. Now, one thing, I don't know when this track came out, 2019, October 2019. Now, one thing I'm going to throw out there. That's probably why I missed it. That's like right before my anniversary and right after my wife's birthday. And okay, anyway, the Halo and a noose thing, you know, that'd probably be a lot deeper to me if I hadn't listened to MGK do Halo recently. So he stole your thunder there, Tom, but I'm about it still.
Lately I have been praying. I feel like my halo turned into a noose and I'm fighting to stay on the pavement. I feel like the signs on the side of the road keep on pointing me past all the places I've wanted to go, so I stay on the road and I'm farther from home than I hoped I would make it. I feel like I'm naked inside of a snake pit and everybody wanna take pics. I feel like I have to come out of this hole with a pair of boots made of snakeskin. I feel like the road that's ahead.
Oh, okay. We're gonna stop right there because we're completely redeemed, you know. So he kind of starts talking about how whoa, stop that. So he kind of started talking there about how those signs on the road, you know, they're pointing him further and further away from home, and so he's staying on the road rather than getting off where he meant to. So you know that's always going to be pushing you, but then he's also naked inside the snake pit while everybody's taking pictures. You know, maybe that's going to embarrass you, you know, whatever the case may be. You're naked with some snakes either way, and he feels like he's got to come out with the snake skin, so he's got to beat everything around him despite having zero advantage in this environment. So okay, I got you.
From home that I hoped I would make it. I feel like I'm naked inside of a snake pit and everybody wanna take pics. I feel like I have to come out of this hole with a pair of boots made of snakeskin. I feel like the road that's ahead is the highway to hell, but I still gotta take it. Nothing to lose and a second to prove that the stars that I followed have led me to greatness. I sunk all the skeletons, drunk on adrenaline, running and dumping the evidence. Discussing my demons with devils disguised as my friends and pretending they're better men. Collecting the feathers of vultures that patiently wait for a meal at my grave and tell my tale around campfires. If you listen close, they'll say he was a traveler.
Man, those demons disguised as friends. Let's talk about that for a second. That's real life. And then he's talking about, you know, being surrounded by buzzards and all that. So you know, I mean, you know, you're and you still got to make it. So let's.
We'll spin it in the sunset through the night.
So that was Upchurch, Struggle Jennings, and Tom MacDonald with Traveler. And I'm going to be real, y'all got me on that one. All right. That was kind of a last minute addition. I wasn't planning on doing this reaction, but I'm glad I did. Y'all got me kind of in this Upchurch kick, and I think I'm gonna have to follow it through. So you know, I'm a little bit biased. I think Tom kind of stole the show. You know, of the three, you know, Tom's got that faster flow, and it contrasted, you know, kind of everybody else on the track. Upchurch really had, you know, a solid flow though, and you know, I mean, I'd say him and Tom, you know, they were pretty close. You know, I mean, Tom's kind of you know, one of my personal favorites. So, you know, for me to kind of, like I said, it's biased. Jennings definitely had, you know, he was at the bottom of the list for me out of the three, but you know, that's not taken away from him. He was still fantastic. I mean, they all three complemented each other well. Beat was amazing, you know, and in truth, I think this was the first time I've kind of heard that vocal range. I mean, if this is what Upchurch is kind of sounding like, you know, through most of his album stuff, because so far I've reacted to a new track he's got coming and a remix that he made, and I'd like to kind of keep that going. I mean, because if this is what his studio stuff usually sounds like, I'm definitely about it. I'm definitely interested in checking out more. So y'all let me know. I got a couple of suggestions I'm going to get through in the comments already. Didn't plan on this one. Ran a little bit long in it. Definitely glad that I checked it out, though. Interested in hearing some Struggle Jennings. Y'all let me know what tracks I need to hear there. That's all I got. Like, I'm not going to lie. Love this collab. Love the track. Love what all three of them brought to it. So, if If you enjoy the reaction, make sure you give it a like, sub to the channel if you like what we're doing, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's get talking, guys. We just hit 100 subscribers. Let's try to hit 200. I'm DJ AlphaTyler. Hope you guys are staying